Was the strike before Christmas, and throughout the country, thousands of union workers hit the picket lines against Starbucks, including one store in Rockford. Starbucks Workers United calls it the largest unfair labor practice strike against the coffeehouse chain. WIFR's Nathaniel Langley discovers why union workers will spend the holiday protesting their employer.
What do we want? What do we want?
7 months of failed negotiations bring Starbucks Workers United here, a picket line outside Rockford's only unionized coffee house at Perryville in Old Creek.
We're kind of approaching that region of not good bargaining. They offered us very little.
Union baristas hope their strike grants a wish, a contract from Starbucks with what workers call a livable wage, not one with an alleged raise of 34 cents per year.
Have the money to provide for my 3-year-old and, just be able to live and not be fighting paycheck to paycheck.
The company says the strike won't affect most Starbucks. Local workers disagree. They point to their store, closed for the day.
We're out here just showing the beginning of our strength together in unity of the union, of course.
Starbucks says it invested more than $3 billion into its partner or worker experience.
If they want to call us partners, they have to treat us like that too.
This strike is planned for one day. Union members argue the solidarity will follow them back to the bargaining table.
If we're on strike because of you, then you got to do something about it.
In Rockford, Nathaniel Langley, WIFR News.
The local Starbucks Workers United looks to reach out to other stores for unionization. Corporate claims it was the union who walked away from bargaining.